Hi, and welcome to Makeup Mugwump. My name is Leanne. Thank you so much for joining me. I haven't brushed my hair today. That's where we are. Happy Saturday to you. First weekend of the new year. Let's do this. These are my sleeves. This is Cooper Road Collection, which is a plus size boutique here in North Carolina. But she does like Facebook sales, but she has also a website that you can just order from, like 1X through 5X. It's amazing. She does not know who I am, so no sweat. But I think it's just gorgeous. It's like stretchy and beautiful, and a lot of her stuff has pockets, you know, that kind of thing. So anyway, I thought that we would get ready, and I had thought that we could do a full face of MAC Cosmetics. I'm going to start by putting on some strobe cream, which I have not used. It's a little sample baby. And I have not used strobe cream before. But we're going to put it on while I talk about why I chose to do a MAC video. So I am an old school YouTube watcher, like for many, many moons. And when I first started watching YouTube, MAC Cosmetics was the brand. Like everyone who was making videos, almost everyone had, you know, my favorite MAC lipstick, or, you know, one of those kind of things where MAC was the thing. And so it kind of became the brand to have. And I don't have a huge MAC collection. It's not the biggest by any means, but it is absolutely a brand that I've come to love. I'm going to do some Painterly Paint Pot on my eyelids as eye primer. And I have staple products from the brand. And I have some things that I absolutely treasure for the packaging, the collection that it came out with, whatever it is. So I have some items that I absolutely adore, and I would happily repurchase and things like that. But I haven't seen a whole lot of MAC here lately. And so I did my MAC lipstick collection where I swatched all of my MAC lipsticks. And that's up on my channel if you want to go see it. And in that video, I talked a lot about MAC as a brand and what I liked and all that stuff. So go check that out. While you do that, no, I'm just kidding. This is the Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. This is in NW20. And there was a time in my career where I was traveling to Chicago, and I was very close to the MAC store where I worked. And so I had the opportunity to go there as much as I wanted, like a freestanding MAC store. Now, I live in a place now that is not, well, besides the world today, but like I don't have a freestanding MAC store anywhere near me. And so it would be a trip to go do that. But while I was in Chicago, I got a lot of products, and I tried a lot of things. And so I grew to love it even more. And the staff there was so nice and were dead spot on with their recommendations of things. And I love it so much. So my love has only grown. So with seeing on YouTube kind of the community move away from what used to be like the standard, right? Like that was the thing to do, is that you duped out MAC shadows. Like you know, that was your MAC shadow collection was everything. And your, you know, the latest collection, you know, was sold out before it even started, that kind of thing. And I think that for some folks, it's still that way. But for a lot of folks in the beauty community, we've moved past it. We've gone past MAC. And I'm kind of still stuck, y'all. I'm kind of like your grandmama with the 70s couch in the front parlor that she don't want to get rid of it. because it's still really pretty to her, because it's still her thing. You know what I'm talking about? The one with the plastic component. And so this is my plastic 70s furniture, but I know it's still good. I love it so much. And so I'm okay with it. I'm okay being kind of stuck back in the time that this was, it's in its heyday. I don't, to me, it hasn't left. What do you think? Is it a brand that's past its moment? Has it, have we gone past Mac so much that we're not going to go back to Mac, if you will? So that's my questions. What do you think? Tell me, please, because I'd like to know what you think. Y'all have some pretty great brains and some pretty amazing minds. And so I'd like to hear your opinions. So let's talk a little bit about, so far, I'm okay with how this finish has come out. This is not full coverage. I'm going to get a little bit more because I've got a lot of redness today. So I sleep, some of y'all might know, with a CPAP machine. I'm not like a person who stops breathing, like that kind of person. I am a person who shallowly breathes. And so I need a little bit of positive pressure of oxygen at night to continually breathe deep enough. That's my problem. You don't care. I'll send you over my chart, my medical chart. But when I do, when I sleep and I wear my CPAP machine, which I do every single night, I have some redness where that mask sits on my face. And then I also have, you can see it right there, indentions where it connects like to the headpiece and all that. So I've got, it's constant. It will never stop because this is how I sleep. And I sleep a lot. So it is, especially now that I have the CPAP machine and I'm not dying. It's wonderful. So I will always have those things, and I've just learned to adapt. Like, it's just a thing. So I want a little bit more coverage where that mask sits. If it's not a super high coverage foundation and I'm extra red, I slept a good number of hours last night. And so the longer I sleep, the redder it is, obviously, because it's about where it sits. So that'll do. I also do not have a concealer. I thought that I did, and I do have it, and I'm about to set it on the shelf to back to Mac. Because I looked at it last night and squirted some on my hand and almost vomited from the smell. Y'all, this is not the color of it. It's also gone off as far as the color goes. This is how you know when things are bad, is the color changes, the consistency changes, the smell changes. I have had this probably 8 years. That's way too long. I know that. And it depends on the concealer. But this is that Pro Longwear concealer. This is my second jar of it. And I got about halfway down. That's not bad. That will be going back to Mac whenever we have a moment and whenever I travel to one to exchange for a lipstick or something. Which is a program that they have that I very much have used many times in the past. And I like it. But I have a friend down here. I'd love to get just a little bit more coverage. Just a bit. We're going to take our, we're going to take just the littlest bit, maybe on a finger. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, we're going to do that. And then we're going to do that. Okay. That'll do. It's like a little, it's the same, it's the same foundation. So it's the same color. It'll just take it a second to dry. Okay. We're just going to use foundation as concealer today. It will be okay. I'm not going anywhere because it's, still what it is these days, but I think that's really nice. Okay. I like that foundation. This is a newer one. Mac had a thing where you could buy a certain number of products and they became like drugstore prices, like a little kit or something, and you picked 6 items or 5 items. You know what I'm talking about? My subscription addiction is the blog that I follow for deals like that, like mystery boxes from brands or those kind of things. This wasn't a mystery box. I got to choose the items. But I think it was like $45 or $55, something like that, that made all of the products that you purchased literally drugstore prices. But you had a limited selection to choose from. I always look at those because it's always worth it if you want the products. If you don't want the products, it ain't really worth it. So I'm kind of picky when it comes to those things, but when they do come up and I want the products, that's a way for me to spend less to get the stuff that I want. Okay, there's that. Let's do the MAC Studio Fix. This is an NW, nope, this is an N4. This is the Powder Plus Foundation, N4. Don't know if this is my shade. We're gonna try her out. I don't know. I do not know. I don't think I have any other creams. I don't, okay. I don't own like a cream, you know, bronzer kind of product from MAC. I don't think I ever have. That would be an interesting thing for me to try, darling. This seems a smidge dark, which means I probably picked it because I suck at that. I think I did pretty good with the foundation though. You can always try Tiptalia's website for shade matching of things. She's amazing. She literally is like the queen of all the swatches and the dupes and all that. Like, she's amazing. If you haven't checked out her website, she has an Instagram too, which is great, but like, it's really her website and the matrix that she has for, if you're this color in this foundation, try that color in that brand. Like, it's great. That's the best to me because that's what we need. That's the hero we need right there. Okay, I'd like to set underneath my eyes, and I'm curious. I'm gonna probably use my finishing powder. This is the Warm Rose Mineralized Skin Finish. It's got some sparkle to it, but I think I'd like to set under my eyes using these. So let's try it. I'm gonna tap out the foundation. It's a little bit weird not using concealer. Like, that's the thing that I always do. But, I mean, many of us don't use a concealer. We just push the foundation up to our lash line. And so that's what I'm doing today. Mama's making do. Okay, I don't know if that's like, was the best option, but I don't know that I have like any kind of really thin setting powder, like, you know, that I would normally use under my eyes. So I'll use the Mineralized Skin Finish and it will be beauty. Okay, let's set our eyes to Jeez Louise. They're a little tacky. And run it over the eyebrows. Okay. I think that coverage is nice. I think that color is okay. Again, I think that N4 could have, if I'd like really packed it on and buffed it in, I think it would have been too dark. But the way that I lightly used it, you know, if my face is itching, it's good. Or I'm allergic, whatever. Okay, MAC brow products are something that I own. So this one I think I got in a box. It's a little dark. This is the eyebrows in Spiked. That's what it's called. It's an eyebrow. It's a little pencil. It's a little dark, but it's teeny tiny, itty bitty baby. Yums. Little teeny tiny. So we're going to use that. And then we also have, this came in that kit, the Eyebrows Big Boost Fiber Gel from MAC. So we're going to try, of course they're from MAC, Leanne. It's a MAC video. But we're going to try this. Let me get a spoolie. Spools. Because I want to brush them real quick. Not going to brush my hair. Going to brush my brows. You know how it is. It's Saturday. Saturday in a bar. All right, this is a product I must go light on. Because she's darkness. That's okay. We're going to have these sort of dark brows. It's all right. Don't freak out. And then we're just going to fill them in with this fiber brow gel. Ooh, they dark. I use the smallest amount of this because it's pigmented. It's too dark for me. I mean, it really is. But it's a good product. I'm sure they have one in like, I think Fling would be my shade. Something like that. Okay, stop right there before you get crazy. I'm still a little bit crazy. It's okay. It's okay. All right. This is in the shade Fling. See, I'm telling you. I think that's the shade I need in the old pencil, but I think that Spiked came in a box. So, gift horse, all that. I'm going to kind of push them up today. I haven't tried this, but I don't know. Let's try it. I don't know that I like this at all. I'm getting this kind of everywhere. What if we did our brows up like this? What if we did this today? Who are we? don't think I like them all the way up. That one's a little crazy. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I'm crazy today. She's crazy today. This is not crazy by any means. To some of y'all, it's like, what are you doing? I know. Everybody has their own, like, things. But we're going to try a different kind of brow position, if you will, today. Okay. That's okay. All right. And... okay, let's do cheeks. MAC products are some of my favorite things on the planet. They're my favorite brand of blush. I have many MAC blushes. Love them so much. But we're going to start with bronzer. This is one, it's called literally Matte Bronze Bronzing Powder. That's it. It's just Matte Bronze Bronzing Powder. So we're gonna use this. I think I got this in an airport. That's the other place that I shop MAC, is in airports, because there are many airports that I fly through, not currently, but you know what I'm saying, and when the world was right and upon its axis, I would fly through airports that had a MAC store, and that was, when I don't live near one, that was how I got to go do that. So, you know, you plan your layover with some intelligence, and don't worry about it, Mr. Mugwump. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. And that's where this product came from, was from an airport. I love it so much. Sometimes I'll walk into a MAC store and know exactly what I want. Like, I'm like, I want this and this and this. And they're like, cool. And then sometimes I walk in, I'm like, I have no idea what I want. I want you to help me find what I think I don't even know that I want already. That's kind of how I walk in sometimes. And, you know, sometimes I'm like in a mood to browse, and sometimes it's busy, and it's an experience shopping the MAC store. If you haven't in America, it's an experience. So, and it's a little bit different than other things. Here's the blush I'm going to use. It looks like absolutely nothing. This is the powder blush in Prism. Looks like nothing, darling. It's not nothing. Anyway, so you are, you know, swatching and looking and all that stuff, and then you need someone to actually help you get the product itself. Like, you need an associate or whatever they're called. If you've ever worked in a MAC store, what are you called? Like, when you work there? Like, what's your, you know what I mean? Like, at Disney, you're a cast member. You know what I'm asking you. So I always have to, you know, you always have to interact with somebody. You can't do self-service there, is what I'm saying. And there are many times that I go in there, or have gone into a MAC store and just said, you pick something for me. And that's always the most fun, is to be like, okay, I want these things, and I want you to pick one item for me. And sometimes the person working there will be like, something like this, or something that get a little bit like they need a little bit more guidance, or sometimes they're like, here you go. They pick the thing that I want the most without even having known that that's what I want. Those folks are really good at looking at faces and coloring, and I'm telling you, it's great. Let's use this is called a Trip the Light Fantastic Powder. This is called Luna Luster. This is from the Star Trek 50th Anniversary collection. It's my favorite collection from MAC. I think it will always be my favorite collection from MAC, because it is such a unique fandom overlap that I was so happy that they did. I am a Star Trek fan from birth, and in my family, you bet a Next Generation episode or you don't belong here. I mean, that's how we grew up. And so that is so pretty. It's real light. This is not like Whisper of Guilt or even Soft and Gentle, which I own. Not Whisper of Guilt, but Soft and Gentle. And this is beautiful. It's just real light and real fresh and real pretty. And it will last me forever, and that's okay. I buy MAC collection products typically in products that will last me a long time, because I want them to. That be the point. Let me see. I want let's use the Warm Rose Mineralized Skin Finish as kind of a finishing buffing powder over my face. And let's see how this goes. I don't know that I've used that in this way, but let's try her out. I do like a lovely sheen to my face when I'm done with face products, and then we'll spray my favorite spray. That came in my stocking. Y'all, I think my base looks really, really pretty and fresh today. I think it looks really cool. I'm so happy. Again, these like full face of like a certain brand, I never do this. I never try to use only a certain brand. The only reason why I'm doing this is because y'all, and it's a challenge to myself to pull, you know, all of the things from this brand into a look and make it cohesive, but also to experience the products together. I'm not the person who walks into a department store and buys like the counter to make a face. I pick up products here and there throughout the years. So while they may be designed to go together in the lab of the company, I don't think that I've used all these things together in one place. I know I haven't used strobe cream before, and that's mighty nice. This is the Fix Plus Play scent. I'm halfway done with this, y'all. Mr. Mugwump gave it to me in my stocking this year. He went on a shopping excursion for just a couple things that were beauty related in my stocking because he is amazing. And that's what he chose. It is a citrus scent. There's a whole range of these. It's Fix Plus scents, kind of aromatherapy, some of them are. And I'm very excited to try a few other ones. This one is Play. It's citrus. It's like orange and lime. And it's not overwhelmingly scented, don't get me wrong. But it is a lovely scent, and same Fix Plus formula. I do have, Fix Plus is something that I have loved for many years. I do have the cucumber. This is older, but I have that one in my setting sprays that I want to use next. There are 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 of them up there, and then we have a whole shelf of setting sprays back there, which I think there's probably another Fix Plus up there. But I've got Fix Plus empties, like, I see 3 right now, where my back to MAC shelf is. I've just put those aside, all the empty MAC products that I use, and then take them all back to the store and get a free lipstick or a free eyeshadow, whatever it is. So that is complexion, and I look beautiful. I love how that looks. Ignore the baby hairs. I love how that, look how pretty that is. Man, that's cool. Okay, even my eyebrows ain't bothering me. So I have a few MAC palettes. One of the, and so this year I'm using one palette a day, like a different palette every day for the year, until I've used all of my palettes at least one time. That's welcome to 2021. So one of the palettes that I wanted to use is my Cool Neutrals, but then I was like, I don't know if I want to use that. And then I've got like another nudes palette. I've got many single MAC eyeshadows, which I think will be, we'll use my Z palettes like individually as a palette. So I thought about that. And then I was like, I've got this little bad boy. This is the Burgundy times, that's right? Burgundy times 9, which is one of these baby MAC palettes. I've got several MAC eyeshadow palettes, some quads from specific collections and things like that. But this one came out and I thought, I like those shades. So it's got Honey Lust, Poppy Seed, Quarry, Antiqued, Embark, Noir, Ho, Star Violet, and Sketch. So some of these are just our older shades, like they're normal shades. Some of these are specific to this palette. And I've had to learn how to use this palette. Some of these don't come off very pigmented if you use them in a certain way. So we'll talk as we get to them. So we're going to start with, and I am going to pick up my Viseart Neutral Mattes. This is the palette that I chose to be a companion palette to any shadow that I want to use this year. It's going to be kind of my companion palette if the palette doesn't have a certain type of shade. This palette does not have like a cream white light colored lid setting shade. Like, so I'm just gonna, this is just gonna sit there, and I've used this shade right here to set. That's it. That's all we're doing is using this to supplement. And then that you're learning the rules. So am I, because it's my second day doing this. All right. So we're going to take Quarry, which is this matte shade right here. Itchin', which means it's gonna be a good day. And we'll take Quarry as my kind of my transition. It's this cool tone, kind of, I'm gonna call it a blushy gray. It's a permanent shade, and it's gorgeous. I probably have it in my Z palette. I have a Z palette of MAC shadows that I just went in the store with a literal list of all of the ones that I wanted, and I bought them all. and I had an empty Z palette and put them in, and it's kind of striking because it is not striking. They are shades like Quarry or Yogurt or Rice Paper or like soft brown. They are just the old school shades that to anchor a look, and it makes it's just beautiful. Let me find it. Hold on. I find it. Okay. So this is in one of my AOA. I call it a Z palette, but you know what I mean. It's a magnetic palette. So all the circles are MACs. So it's not like revolutionary. There's some powder in that one. It's not revolutionary. It's, you know, it's just Naked Lunch. You know, like, it's just normal shades that I liked. There is the Blackberry shade, I think is what it's called. Let me look, baby. Yeah, this is Blackberry. I can do a really pretty mauve eye. I have a couple of, Lord, the sticker's starting to come off. This is Coral. Just a couple of looks that are just staple for me. A really pretty orange eye, a really like just neutral stuff. These are my MAC shadows that are singles. We'll use those soon. But it was my dream to get everything that I wanted all at one time, and so I did, and I was so excited, and I still am. That palette makes me happy. It's neutral, it's not revolutionary, but it is good. They are shades that I stalked for years, watched videos for years. Y'all remember, I don't know, you might not, Sabrina, who now does a variety of types of looks. She did, when she first started, she did MAC shadow looks. That's all she did. And that's how I found her, is she only used MAC shadows and would do these beautiful looks in MAC shadow combinations. Was her bag, baby. And it was amazing. She's amazing, but that's what she used to do all the time. And I mean, there's a lot of people that I follow still today that's how they began. Okay, I think I want to go, Ho and Quarry look like the same dang shade, but I know they're not. Let's do a little bit of Ho, H-A-U-X, in the outer corner. This doesn't necessarily match, you know, the outfit that I'm wearing as far as like matchy-matchy. I'm okay. This will be a neutral look, and it'll be pretty. So for burgundy ×9, it's not the most burgundy palette in the world, and that's okay. It's kind of like shades that would go with burgundy. This is the ColourPop monochromatic, but not at all. You know what I mean? Back to these a while ago. This is not a new palette, but I think it's a very good one. This is going to be a light, pretty look today. I like it. Okay, so this first shade, Honey Lust, it comes off really, really not impressive if you like swirl your finger out on it and one swipe. But I have learned if you dig your finger in, that this is really impactful. I don't have a lot of shades like this, so I wouldn't normally try this, but I was getting frustrated with this palette because this was coming off as like a topper, and I was like, I don't want a topper. I want like a legit shade. And so I tried digging my finger in, and now look at her. I mean, and I don't mean like dig. I just mean like harder than you normally would. Like Pat McGrath, you just, and then you tap it and it's gorgeous. This is not one of those shades. This is one you gotta like rub your finger in. And then it does not, there's no fallout. It's just that you need a little bit more to get it out. And brush, forget about it on this shade. Just use your finger. That's the best way for this shade. And again, beautiful. Now, why would they put this kind of goldy shade in here with these burgundy mauve tones? I don't know, but I think it looked cool together. It's just, it's not what I would normally do. I would normally not combine these shades. I would normally combine a shade like this with like orange, or you know what I mean? Like I would not combine it with burgundy or mauve, but here we are. We're doing it. Mac told me to. And I think it's a neat looking look. It's pretty cool. I've done it a few times, but just using this palette by itself. There it is. And I thought, okay, with Honey Lust, it would go enough with what I'm wearing if I do it that way. So this is the Burgundy ×9, and I like it. I don't know that I love it. I don't have an eyeliner from MAC like that. The only eyeliner I have from MAC, and I had to pull it last night, is the Fascinating Eye Kohl. It's the white one, and it's the only white eyeliner I own, I think. Because I don't know that I own the one from ColourPop. I don't think it came in the kit, or if it did, my sister took it. And so I think I'm going to actually use the burgundy shade down here to line with. Let's do that, because I think that will be a good use of the burgundy shade in this palette. And I do need to tap this one off. Let me get my little mirror, because I'm going to be smearing this all over creation. I went through last night an old batch of eyeliners and swatched them all out on my hand, sharpened a bunch that needed sharpening. Some of them still stayed. I wish I knew which ones those were. I mean, I swatched probably, I don't know, 25 eyeliners last night. So I don't know which ones those are. Ooh, I have an eyelash. Make a wish. So, oh, let me tap off, because this one can get fallout if you're not careful. Burgundy's a pretty eyeliner color, y'all. Isn't that pretty? I think so. Okay, so that last shade is called a Sketch. So there you go. It's really, really nice. Y'all, this is a good little palette. If you have it, break it out. I really considered using this and trying to do the Pan That palette with the Fantastic Ladies in 2021. So the Pan That palette challenge for the Fantastic Ladies, which is a Facebook group of panners, is called Tiny Pans. And this one absolutely qualifies for the pans that are the tiniest in my collection. And so it's been on my vanity to consider using it in a Pan That palette. I have since decided that instead in 2021, instead of trying to pan one palette all year, that instead I would try to use all of my palettes in a year. And I have far too many eyeshadow palettes to do one a week, because that would be, to me, that'd be great, because then I could do all kinds of different looks with it and really test it out. But I have far too many to do that. So what I'm going to do instead is a different one each day. And I say that with the caveat of it might be 5 a week, and then the other 2 days either I don't wear makeup, or, you know what I mean? It could be 7 a week if I wear makeup every day, or not. And really go through and try to use every single palette in my collection this year. I might have more than 365, but we're going to find out. Also, I might decide that I don't like the palette and it's time to have it leave. It might be just an ongoing thing, but I'll do a weekly video where I tell you which palettes I used that week and which ones, you know, are to me that are worth the price tag or digging back out again. I found a baby sample size of MAC False Lashes Extreme Black mascara. I had to dig for this one too. When you order off the, I guess I haven't done it in so long, but when you used to order off their website, you would get samples, and the mascara is a great one to get as a sample because it's a really good size and you really get to try it. I love their Giga Black Lashes mascara. I just look at how much, yep, you gotta be careful, guys, when you're talking and putting on mascara, unlike me. So I love that mascara. I've used it a lot in the past for a bottom lash mascara, the one in the blue tube, and I'm getting this everywhere, but we're gonna wait for it to dry because we're not silly. And sorry about it, but these little they look like they'd be squeezy. They're not squeezy, they're hard. But they have enough product for you to use for quite a while and to try it out before you buy it. And I've gone through a lot of them. They're really, really cool. I love these little mascaras to try. But this is a decent one. I've used this False Lashes before. Oh my God, I did it again. Y'all, stop me from myself. Oh my gosh. what is with this lash today or this eyeball today? Okay, we're gonna have to like majorly clean up our whole eye. It's just a graphic eyeliner. Anyway, so that will wait a hot minute to clean that mess up. Ridiculous. All right, so you've seen my whole collection of MAC lipsticks, and I love them all. This is my one MAC lip liner, which is in Whirl. This was from the Brook Candy collection, which it doesn't matter. It's the same lip pencil. I kind of like that when they, I know some people don't, when they offer normal, like everyday products in limited edition packaging, so that if you fall in love with it, that's great. You can just go get it 3 years later or 4 years later. How, don't look how old this collection is, but you know what I mean. Or if you don't like the limited edition packaging, you can pick it up in the normal packaging, you're good. Whirl is a beautiful color. I go a little bit light because you can go darker, but it's a beautiful color. I love it. It looks insane. Let's use the Huggable Lip Color in Touche. This is one that I have 2 of because I love this color so much. When I heard they were discontinuing it, I bought a second one. It's just a really nice neutral, really pretty. If you own this, break it back out. If you don't, I have a bunch of MAC lipsticks that look just like this. Go check out that swatch video because I have a type. It's obvious. Okay, let me try to flake this mascara off my entire eyelid, which is where I got it all. All right, you. Oh, we're a little bit. We're having a moment. Hold on. Let me get it off. This would be the day that I don't have concealer either. Oh my God. Okay, hang on. Okay. We fixed it. We fixed it. I'm so itchy, y'all. And you know it's good. You know it's good. My face itches off. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, there's the look. I love it so much. I think it is a nice, everyday, normal, real pretty, but simple eye look. This is a cute little palette. I think it's good. I'm glad that I have it. I'm glad that I kept it. And I think it's really cool. We'll use my MAC shadows throughout this year. Do not worry. We'll get to all of them and see them all in action. But I am so happy that I tried a full face of MAC because I never have. And I think that that's fun. Try something like that from your collection. Try to do like even if you don't film YouTube videos, it doesn't matter. If you do, tag me in one of it so I can see. But try to do like challenge yourself a little bit and say, okay, I'm going to use all drugstore, all my most expensive, whatever that is. It doesn't have to be very expensive to be your most expensive or your least expensive, or try to put a look together with one brand. You know, like it challenged me to try to figure out, do I have a bronzer? Yes, I do. Do I have, you know, like to go through the categories and know that, yes, I have most of these items to do a full face. I'm missing concealer, but you can make do without concealer. You know, you only have a concealer, use it as a foundation. You know what I'm talking about. Do your thing, challenge yourself, see what you like. If you have an idea of something you'd like to see me challenge myself to do, tell me down below. I'll be happy to try it. It's only makeup. It washes off at the end of the day or right immediately. If you hate it, you can go wash your face right now if you want to. But I'm not. I think it's cute. I'm cute. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you liked me, please hit that subscribe button. All of my videos will come into your YouTube subscription feed for free, and we get to hang out some more. Thanks you guys so much for watching. Bye.